if you're going to spend $2,000, spend $2,000 on somebody who's going to have exponential potential return. Speaking of a guy who could potentially have exponential return, the U.S. might have just found their striker when Malik Tillman goes from Germany, decommits from Germany, goes to the U.S. immediately the day after gets called into national team camp. He is he's on a massive club. He's leaving a nation that he was going to play for. So he was going to be in the German national team. Maybe not this year, but he's going to be. He's pretty young. And he's already in the U.S. men's national team. They need a goal scorer. And if you're going to spend $2,000, I got a Malik Tillman Merlin auto for $50 last week. I think it's already selling for like 80. Spend $2,000 on a really nice or maybe a lot of Malik Tillman cards and have the exponential ability to have everybody and their mom wanting a Malik Tillman card when he's scoring like 2 or 3 goals in the opening round of the World Cup, and then go buy like a legacy card to vault with, like use this as an opportunity to grow your position somewhere so that when you do put it into a GOAT, you can have more of a position in a GOAT, right? So like use the opportunity for a media hype in some of the smaller medium plays and then vault that into a GOAT type player, which is kind of what we talked about earlier with like, I'm using all these cards over here to like build a bag up to eventually put it into a vault. I think that's the same thing. If you have $2,000 to spend, buy some World Cup cards and on some of those lower guys, Tillman's one of them. Gavi's one of them. Pedri's one of them. Musa's one of them. I think Tim Weah could potentially have an opportunity because his prices are really cheap. I mean, there's a lot of guys out there that you could potentially do that with. Other countries, I mean, Jude Bellingham, he's going to be incredible, so it's like there's some English guys out there that I would consider investing in. There's some Brazilian guys. I mean, look at Junior.
Vinny Jr.?
Yeah, Vinicius. Yeah, you could have Vinny Jr. out there too. I mean, his cards are a little inflated now. That like a couple months ago, you could have bought Vinny for really, really cheap.
Yeah.
But I just think there's opportunity for those kind of guys. So.
Yeah. So I love this. I love this intel. So on Malik Tillman, at what point do you sort of cannibalize yourself as a U.S. men's national team investor? Like, do you have to pick one or the other, or do you can you invest in Tillman and Musa and Pulisic and Gio Reyna and all the other guys? Like, or do you need to be? And the answer may be yes, just because there's like 2 World Cups as markers, and these guys have their own individual professional careers that have trajectories for them to improve and that sort of thing, and they're so young. But do you need to kind of pick, or are you cannibalizing yourself if you're buying too many different U.S. men's national team players?
I think yes and no. And here's why I say that. Yes, because it just makes sense. You can't invest in everybody. Like some of those guys are not going to make it, but that's also part of investing. You kind of hedge your bet a little bit by investing. Like for instance, if you can take $2,000 into Mbappe, or you can spread $2,000 between 5 players in the U.S. men's national team, and they're all younger than Mbappe, so it's like there's a chance that potentially all of them could rip. Plus, I think you've got the opportunity because I talked about this on one of my soccer episodes, but the U.S. market share is very large in terms of buying. Like if you look at who is holding soccer cards, there's a large portion of them that are Americans. And when you look at Americans, what do they want to buy? They want to buy the guys that are on their TV and in their media and in their commercials and in their, you in their jersey. And I think you have an opportunity. I mean, if you even look at World Cup ticket price purchases, usually it's like the host nation is the first like demographic that buys the most tickets. And so they're projecting even like this Qatar World Cup for the U.S. Nation to have the second most tickets purchased for games attended, and like that's a little bit crazy.
That's very surprising. That's very surprising. That's cool, man. There's some Malik Tillman potential bangers on eBay right now that I might need to check out. But you know,
I think the opportunity of him playing at Bayern too is a big deal.
okay. Very cool. Love it. Well, we'll be constantly updating our sports card investment report with all this information and more. We do every day now at nooffseason.com, and you can save 20% on this amazing product. I'd say it's entertainment value as much as it is investment suggestions, or strong investment content, related content. So we want to help you make money on sports cards, and we want to keep you entertained. And so nooffseason.com, save 20% on the sports card investment report by using the promo code NOOFFSEASON. And then, of course, the graphs and charts that we use come from Market Movers app. So if you're just more of a data person and you want to do your own analysis, check out marketmoversapp.com. Use the promo code NOOFFSEASON there to get your first month for only $1. And we thank you, as always, for watching and listening to the Sports Card Strategy Show. We try to bring it strong for you every week with the catalytic Kendall Lefty McKee and myself, Paul Hickey from nooffseason.com. Kendall, anything else you want to add before we sign off for this episode?
I would say hedge your bet with Malik. I'm not saying go all in. I'm just bringing up him as another name that could potentially play. I'm not even sure if he ends up being a starter on this team. I'm just saying that was in my reference to, like, look at Kylian Mbappe and what you would spend there, and you could spread it out a lot more easily. Yeah,
I mean, I think it's fair to say that if you're familiar with the Sports Card Strategy Show, that Malik Tillman is this episode's Caden Clark for you.
Oh, he's an absolute flyer for sure.
And if you're not familiar with the Sports Card Strategy Show, I did spend about $500 on Caden Clark cards a couple months ago. Then he proceeded to get injured. Although his dad did tweet at me and say that he's better than Gio Reyna and that he's better than Paxton Aronson. So look out for my boy, my man, rather. Because he is, I think, 18 years old now, so we can call him a man. Caden Clark out of Minnesota.
But he is on transfermarket.us, the database for transfer values and stuff like that. He's twice as valuable as Malik.
Don't sleep on Caden Clark. I mean, it's still it's buy until 2026 for that guy. He's my longest term hold out of anything that I own, unless he makes some weird debut in the 2022 World Cup and does something amazing, and then I just sell my big ones. But I think he's a 2026 guy, or he just completely falls off the map 100%, and we never hear from him again. Which I think what Kendall's trying to say is that could happen to Malik Tillman, but we'll see. Yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching and listening. You have a great day. Hit me up in the comments or join the Facebook group at sportscardstrategy.com. Quick link at sportscardstrategy.com. Later.